Yes.
All right, dear viewer, many thanks to you for joining us on the show, The Arena, coming to you on our Naked Television today. I hope you're doing well wherever you are joining us today. My name is Chris Anibog. Remember that The Arena is a platform where we meet to take on burning topical issues and matters which faces us as a people in the society. Yes, of course, we host analysts, guests who come to offer their thoughts and opinions on these burning issues and matters. Our purpose is that we should be able to engender a better society for every one of us. So you're welcome on board. And today on the show, we are looking at the state, Enugu. Are you aware of the recent budget report on states of states, especially where it has to do with internally generated revenue by states? Yes, the news report says that Enugu State has emerged the likeliest state to survive without the federal allocation coming from the federal government. Can you beat that? Well, for some persons, it is unimaginable. Some other persons will say it's not possible. All right, maybe at the end of today's show, we may be able to know the possibility and the reality. And that's why we have brought on stage today to come to analysis of this development for us. The Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of Enugu State on New Media, in the person of Dr. Ruben Oyishi. Doc, it's a pleasure to have you on Naked TV today.
Thank you very much, Chris.
You're
It's
welcome.
my pleasure.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so dear viewer, the report says that Enugu State has emerged as Nigeria's most fiscally viable sub-national government, according to Budget's 2025 State of States report. The report shows that Enugu State is the most probable state to finance its operating expenses exclusively from internally generated revenue and independent of allocations from the Federation Account Allocation Committee, the one they call FAAC. Now, whereas Enugu, Lagos, Abia, Anambra, and Kwara are the 5 top states on the ranking, likeliest to survive independence of FAAC receipts, we have the rest as Yobe, Benue, Jigawa, Kogi, and Imo ranked the least on the ranking. Least viable states, presently the report also shows. So according to the findings, based on Index A, which measures states' ability to meet recurrent expenditure obligations using only IGR, that's internally generated revenue. So the research methodology for Index A was the ratio of operating expenses to the state's IGR. According to budget, states that rank higher on this index exhibit greater financial autonomy and long-term viability. More details in the course of the discussion. I wouldn't know what it would mean for you, Dr. Ruben Oyishi. For those of you who are in this current government led by Peter Ndubisimba, the man referred to as a visionary leader, will it be a congratulations to you, or will it be more of a congratulations to the people of Enugu, to Enugu? Which will it be?
Well, I would say congratulations to the to the people of Enugu,
Okay.
because it's all about the people. Whether revenue is being generated and driven is also from the people. So I would say congratulations to the people of Enugu State.
All right.
And then congratulations to the governor who has provided the leading initiatives that led to, and the creativity that led to this humongous achievement in revenue mobilization.
Really, really humongous indeed.
Yes, yes.
But then again, it's the worrisome part of the report. Is it true? Is it true, Ruben Oyishi? Or are we just playing politics?
Excuse me. The figures, the facts and the figures are there.
Yeah, we have the facts and the figures.
The figures are there. So it's not about whether it's true. It sounds, yeah, it's quite unimaginable, but that's the reality that back came on board. In 2021, the IGR of the state was around 24 billion. Okay, and 2022 it was about 28.7 billion.
Okay,
you understand, which has a marginal increase
before he came
on board. So he came on board in the middle of 2023, and then drove the IGR to 33 point something billion. You understand? Then Enugu was coming, I think, 12th in the rank 12th among the nations. So, but in 2024, the IGR was driven to 180.5 billion. which is 433% increase. So it's a reality, and one begins to marvel at the creativity of His Excellency. You understand, in terms of, because once you say, people will say, oh, because people are being taxed heavily, and there's no heavy taxing of people here. But what the governor did was to widen the tax base or the tax net, so that it became impossible for people to evade tax. Because before now, tax evasion was all the rage. People could pay, people could not pay, people can avoid tax and all that. But with the introducing of e-ticketing and e-payment, the digitalization of the taxing process actually made it impossible for tax evasion to obtain. So you find out that that was what the governor did. He widened the tax base so that everybody will now pay tax.
Those who are supposed to pay tax.
Yes, will pay tax. And then institutional reforms are like the revitalization of moribund assets. Is something that is also quite creative on the part of His Excellency. You saw ICC, you saw Hotel Presidential, you saw Enugu International Hospital, you saw UPPL, you saw Niger Gas, Niger Steel. All these are assets revamped that are bringing in revenue to the state government. So that is the situation as it is. And if you look at the budget of 2025, IGR has an estimate of about 500 billion. You understand? That's quite ambitious. All right. And we'll see to what extent it is met as the year is drawing to a close. So that is it. But it's not really not going to fall short of 2024 a result. You understand? So, which means that it will be surpassed. So Enugu is still there. Enugu is ranking in terms of fiscal independence. Enugu is ranking very high. If you remove Lagos, Rivers, Ogun, and FCT, Enugu comes up, and Enugu is almost one of the best. Which means that the governor himself has said that FAAC is something that we have to save for our children. You understand that we should be able to generate enough revenue to cover our operating expenses. And that is what is happening now, because Enugu is stable, fiscally independent, can stand on its own without FAAC and deal with all its expenses. So it's a great development, and it's an achievement on the part of the governor, who has really done a lot through his creative afflatus. He was able to, it's about thinking. This is a thinking governor who thinks and who brings his thoughts to action. And that is what we are seeing playing out in Enugu.
Now, in 2024, we have states like Rivers, Lagos, Ogun, Anambra, and Cross River making the top 5 rankings.
Yes.
Thus, the 2025 report represents for Enugu State a quantum leap in improved revenue collection and expenditure management, and a major score for the governor Peter Mbale administration. So, but in 2025, Enugu has come to surpass them all. Then the concern again now is, one sitting on the sidelines we want to ask, what is the magic wand with which the governor is pulling these records? Because where are the industries in Enugu? Yes, you just made reference to the revamping of moribund assets. We understand. But Enugu is not known to be a heavy industrialized state like Lagos, where you have major industries. You understand?
Yes.
And Enugu has not physically joined the oil-producing states yet. That is maybe receiving
derivatives.
Derivatives. You understand?
Yeah.
So one we want to ask, what then is the magic wand?
It's just like about thinking, because this is somebody who, the governor, he came in. Before he came in, he had plans, he had projections. He was thinking of how to move Enugu. The target. We have a target of GDP target of $30 billion.
That's
You understand? And it's going to be done by public sector driven, but public sector enabled. You understand? So by implication, we want to bring in investors.
Okay.
You understand? Bring in investors. The target is to raise the GDP to $30 billion. Then make Enugu the first choice of investment destination, tourism and living, and then reduce poverty to 0% headcount index. So the governor, before he came on board, had studied Enugu clearly, and now proffered solutions. Say, look, this is what I want to do. Enugu should be top 3 economies in Nigeria, in the order of Lagos and all that. Top 3. Do you understand? You know that Ogun State, for instance, most of the industries are in Ogun State.
Yes, of course, because of proximity to
Lagos. And Lagos on its own, you know, is heavy. You understand? But we want an economy that is as big as Lagos. That's the target of the governor. Do you understand? So he's driving it on all fours. He's driving it using infrastructure to drive ease of doing business, which will also attract investors. That's what he's doing. Opening up the space, opening up the state. We expect about 3 million visitors in Enugu every year. Do you understand? You saw the conference that happened the other day, the law conference. That's right. And at the ICC, conferences are happening. Enugu is becoming a conferencing hub for Nigeria. Do you understand? Then you see the Enugu A. Do you understand? That is opened up, and then plans to operationalize the international airport and the cargo wing, the international cargo wings of the airport. Do you understand? Okay. Because he wants to make the state viable, make it an aviation hub, so that people can come in and live. You understand? People can come in. And when people are coming in fact, when we were doing business, so one of my friends told me that that's Okwu Bafia. Okwu Bafia. If people are coming into your shop, they are coming in. Now you are selling.
Walking, walk out.
Walking, walk out. So Okwu Bafia. So by implication, when people are coming into the Enugu state, those people are coming, they will eat, they will do shopping, they will lodge. All these things are more or less contributing to the economic development of the state. So these are what he's doing. And then in terms of revenue, you see, a lot of things were being frittered away. A lot of revenue were being frittered away. Do you understand? Some of them were even going into private pockets. Look, take for instance mining. Okay. When governor came in, all those people mining at Ohuma and all these places, they weren't remitting anything. Some of them were remitting, but they were going into private pockets. Individuals were pocketing them.
Sorry to cut in, Dr. Onyeshi. Well, personally, I was really, some of us were surprised.
Yes.
To learn that there were mining activities taking place in Enugu before now.
Yes.
We never really knew that something was happening.
It was. Do you know that one of those people mining there wanted to give governor 1 billion naira?
To stay away.
1 billion naira to give governor. To governor say pay it.
So that governor will...
he said pay it into the state coffers. Pay it into the state coffers. So a lot of things they are being frittered away. A lot of revenues that should come to government will be frittered away. So all these integrated productive sector, you find out that they have targets. They don't have targets. And you have to turn the governor, you will sit and say, what have you done? What have you achieved? It's just like private sector where you do MPR and say, look, what have you done? What have you achieved? I gave you a target of this. To what extent have you met the target? That's what is going on in the state. And it's paying off. And governor doesn't even feel complacent. For now, governor doesn't even feel that he has. This is morning on a creation day. So he doesn't even feel that we have done anything. And you know that when a man thinks that way, you have achieved this much and he doesn't even think that we have done anything. That tells you where he's headed for. So, and it is 500, look at the budget, 500 billion, that is the target.
For IGR.
For IGR.
Because I know that the total budget sum for the state for 2025 is
971 point something.
Something
billion.
very close to 1 trillion.
Something very close to 1 trillion. That's what it is.
But the IGR target is 500
billion. So when we're able to generate this thing, we just keep FAAC and say, look, FAAC, keep it, save it for our posterity. Then we can cover our operating expenses with IGR and even have a surplus value to do other things. You understand? So
and you are assuring the viewer that this achievement has nothing to do with overtaxation of the people.
No, where are the people who is even being overtaxed in the first place? Because if you mention people who say it's because of overtaxation, nobody is being overtaxed. Okay, for instance, you are paying 34,000 naira per annum
as a businessman.
As a businessman, is that too much? It is not too much if you want to tell yourself the truth. This is a business where you make, what is the profit you make? Some of them make of thousands on a daily basis. Do you understand? And you are just giving a part 3, you divide the 34 by 365. It'll give you how much? Just very little a day. Do you understand? Maybe 100 and something a day. Is that too much? It's not too much. If you want to tell ourselves the truth, too much for you to contribute to the development of your state. And this is where you are doing business, you are enjoying the infrastructure, you are enjoying the amenities, but you will not want to contribute this little to the development of the state. No, it is people who weren't paying taxes before that are fuming. They were not paying before. Go to America, go to Europe, you can all these things. You pay. Some people even pay television tax. Television tax. You have television in your house, you pay for it.
You know what? You know what our people will tell you. Yes, when we go there, we'll pay because it's a planned society, it's a planned system. Things are moving well there.
The planning begins here.
So
the planning begins now and here, and you can see that it is paying off. Do you understand? It's paying off. And mind you, we have not introduced any new tax. Okay. This present government has not introduced any new tax.
Okay.
All the taxes are statutory, backed up by law. Ab initio. So before the governor even came on board, all these things were already there in place. So it depends on you how it is activated and how serious the government is. Do you understand? Because this tax should be paid. They are statutory. The taxes and fees are statutory. So that you are paying 34,000 is so little.
And the 34,000 for business owners is for a year.
Per annum is for 1 whole year. So if you pay that, nobody will bother you till next year. Is it too much? It's not too much.
Especially for a government that is actually rendering.
And then again, you can see that this thing is being plowed. It's not as, even those of us who are in government, it's not, look at me now. Am I living a flamboyant life like a government?
Well, until I follow you home.
No, but that's the truth.
Until I have to go with you.
Chris, that's the fact. That is exactly the fact. The government is focused and is about the people. It's all about the people, the development of the state, and about the governor is passionate about it, passionate about development, passionate about social services. Look at what he's doing in the area of education, smart schools. Look at what he's doing in the area of healthcare. Apart from the 260 smart school, type 2 hospitals, he's also building now to completion the Enugu International Hospital. Which will be.
We will appreciate. We are going to take these things one at a time.
Yes.
So that we have. I think we have all of the time to talk about this thing.
Yes.
Because sometimes the people are quick to forgetting.
Yes.
They are quick to forget. So.
And when we mention 260, we are not talking about 7 smart schools. We are not talking even about 17 smart schools. We are talking about a whooping 260.
Talk to us more about the smart schools, because these are the things we know that the government has actually put in place to position the state for the future.
Yes.
So let's learn more about
the smart school.
The current state of has it started?
Yes, it has started. The smart schools have all started, and there are pockets of some of them that are doing finishing touches like painting, which will also start within this academic session. Do you understand? And then you know that the smart school is also free. It's not as if anybody is paying anything. The students, they don't pay anything. And they are fed once in a day, their lunch.
Free feeding?
Yeah, free. Free school uniform. Books. Every child is entitled to a tablet. You have a tablet, you understand? And it is free. And then you're exposed to main currents in modern education. Like mechatronics, robotics, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, augmented reality. These things are being taught at a smart school. Picking the Enugu child young and then placing them in such a way that by the time the child leaves from crèche to GS3, the child shall have been imbued with skills and qualities that they can offer services to anywhere in all the world. Anywhere. From the comfort of your home, you can offer services to companies abroad and all that. Can stand on their own, even if they don't want to further. And you know that we're also targeting smart secondary school.
Yeah, because I know a part of the society is raising issues about why are we just dealing with from crèche to GS3? What happens to SS1 to SS3?
Now, in all the 17 local governments, there are going to be one secondary school. smart secondary school.
school.
Yeah,
Oh.
so that you can move from when you finish from there, you can easily move to the smart secondary school.
Okay.
And then we're also asking universities to adopt experiential learning. You understand? That's like somewhere like Isi. I've adopted experiential learning. Experiential learning is something that you do it practically. You see it and do it practically. Because most times we are given to theories.
That's right.
Theories, some of us will cram and cram.
Just to pass
and during the examination, you pour it, and that is the end. Immediately you pour it there, you forget it. Okay? You pour it there.
So, I beg your pardon. Somebody was saying that he saw his teacher.
Okay.
I think secondary school teacher. And he said, "Sir, I'm still looking for X."
Hey.
He said, "What is X?" He said, an equation he gave them one day in the class. He said, if this minus this is equal to this,
What
find
is
X.
X?
So that he has been looking for the X for how many years and he's yet to find the X. Anyway, just on the quick side. Anyway. So just go ahead with your conversation.
Yeah.
So now, special learning at the higher institution level
Yes.
is to bring the practical experience to the students.
Yes, so that the student will see it. If we are talking about virtual reality, augmented reality, you do see it there, you wear it, and you see, like if you want to see the planets, for instance, you put it there, and then the virtual, you will begin to see the various planets there, and how they are made, and their configurations, and how they are. You understand? And in the other, if we are teaching you planets in geography, for instance, we say those days, we say Mr. Vincent must join the school union. Then that's the thing we used to remember the order of the planet. That's Mercury, Vincent, Venus, Eze, Earth, must, Mars, join, Jupiter, school, Saturn, union, Uranium, next period, which is Plato. So you'll be able, but this time around you are being told. But when you put on the virtual reality, is an equipment that when you put it, you'll be able to see the various planets and the way they are. That's what we mean by experiential learning. You see that this one is bigger, this one, you see the features and all that. Okay, so it's part of experiential learning.
This is a strange direction in school curriculum. Because
yes.
We know the curriculum actually.
Yeah, that's what the governor wanted to do, because he primes education very highly. He places much premium on education. Perhaps because of his own personal experience. You understand? You know how he went to school. Mean by that? No, you know how he went to school now? He wasn't, I think he trained himself and has a checkered kind of history. He at a point, he was even doing business at Alaba International Business.
The governor?
Yes. Now, he was importing and all this thing. From there, he now went to University of Lagos, sponsored himself. Before he went to University of East London to study law. And came back and all that. So it was not as if the governor himself was just picked from anywhere. He had experience, and that's why he has this heartbeat that our children should not pass through this thing. That he has to put education in such a way that it will be easy for every child in Enugu State. People don't understand what the governor is doing. You understand? It is his passion, very passionate about it, that every Enugu child should be given to education. That you must learn, so that you will not even pass through what he passed through. That's what he's doing.
That's right.
Don't pass through what I'm passed through. I will give you a leeway to better education. That's what he's doing.
When some persons came up with the position, why must smart school be everywhere? Why are we building 260? Why are we not limiting it to maybe the urban centers? Are we going to be able to sustain?
So that
this project,
so that the child in the city will be trained and the child in the rural areas will be left, because this is spreading education, that kind of education down to the grassroots, so that it doesn't matter whether you are in Nkporogu or you are in Obimo. The fact that you are in the rural area should not debar you from having this kind of education.
Beautiful.
So it is for everybody. It's for everybody, whether you are rich or poor. You must accept. We must be given to this quality education. That's what the governor has done.
After all, it is going to be the same examination.
That is it.
When it's time to take the WAEC exams, the students coming from the rural areas,
they don't ask you, we are going to set exam different from what obtained.
The same JAMB examination.
The same thing.
The same institution you all go to.
Yes, you all go to. That is the fact. So that is why he has made it a grassroots thing.
Okay.
Every
Dr.
child
Ruben
must
Oyishi,
have access to it.
since you've told us that the smart school is actually started in earnest, well, kudos to the people of Enugu on this development. And you said it's free of charge.
Free of charge. No, you are not paying a dime. You are not paying for books. You are not paying for your school bag. All you need, just make yourself available.
Okay.
Just make yourself available. They give you school uniform, give you school bag. Then if there is even a bus that will be there to take you to school. So that going to school is no longer because my father has a car and he's taking me to school. You are there and a car will come and pick you to school. Do you understand? The governor has done it all for our people.
And this comes from crèche to JS3.
To JS3, from crèche.
I don't know, GTC, that one or two persons have actually come up with the position that they were asked to pay. And this is at the secondary level. Yeah, and they're saying the payment is exorbitant, so we don't really...
No, GTC is
Can you give clarification about it?
GTC is a different thing altogether. That one is vocational education.
Okay.
You understand, where you learn these skills. There are skills that you learn from the GTC. Do you understand? And the people also live in the school. Okay. You live there, there's accommodation, there is feeding.
For the students?
For the students. So you have to pay for it. That one, you have to pay for it. Okay. I think that one, I don't know exactly the price, but it's not even too much. But you have to pay. Because that one is vocational.
So it's a different
thing altogether. It's not part of the smart school.
Okay.
The smart school is different. The smart school is from crèche to JS3.
Through primary to junior secondary class.
Yeah, but this one is completely vocational. You understand? It's for you to acquire skills. And then maybe when you graduate carpentry, masonry, forestry, or whatever that is the skill, you acquire it and go and deliver. That one is different.
All right. Well, signals are coming for us to go on a very quick break. Otherwise, I know that talking about the education sector in Enugu State so far, we have it within the media space that the budgetary allocation by this current administration for education is beating the United Nations standard. It's up to 33% of the budget.
Yes.
Well, we'll return from this break. Don't go anywhere, dear viewer. We are still here.
The Arena with Chris and Ibogo is the platform where we meet to take critical analysis of burning and topical issues and matters in the society as to proper solutions on making the society better.
You came into office, you locked the door to everybody. Nobody can even access you. You don't even play the politics.
Month in, month out, year in, year out. So where is the money going to? Where's the resources?
Whenever the economy is in a shambles, you find the government embracing pro-people policy to assuage the harsh economic reality.
It was used to settle political interest, and Nigerians were paying dearly for it.
Tune in to the Arena with Chris and Ibogo every Monday through Thursday by 1 p.m. only on Aneke TV. Join us.
All right, everyone, you're welcome to the show, The Arena, on Aneke Television today, and we still have the honor of having the presence of the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of Enugu State on new media, talking to Ross on the recent development of a budget declaring that Enugu State is the likeliest state in the Federation, Nigeria, to survive without federal allocation, as we know that our own federal system of government is actually the other way around. In the United States, we know that each state is allowed to tap his own resources, okay, and then make some, payments, some percentage to the federal. But in Nigeria's case, the reverse is the case. Our federal system says the federal government is responsible, is in charge, in control of all the resources everywhere. But then at the end of each month, the state governors go to the federal government for allocation. But here we are, talking about a state in Nigeria, out of the 36 of them, Enugu can now boast of surviving without necessarily depending on the allocation from the federal monthly. So we want to see how true, how real all of these things. And Dr. Ruben Oinch is here talking to us about this. So, away from the education sector now, I saw a beautiful write-up that you put up when this report actually came out, titled The Enugu Economy and the Local Stability in Baha's Roads, written by Ruben Oinch. That's your humble self.
Yeah.
You understand. I went through, beautiful piece, beautiful write-up.
Oh, thank you.
Talk to us about some other areas that the governor is actually driving much revenue from. Apart from what we've seen in these other critical sectors now, where else are we actually saying, yes, we are beating our chest proud and we are making money in Enugu?
Okay, you know that we are bringing in investors.
Okay.
Okay, look at something like the electricity market is liberalized so that we have players come into the value chain of generation, transmission, and distribution.
By the state?
Yes, it's another, and we have so many of them now coming in. Some are even coming in with, like European Union wanted to partner with Enugu State in the renewable energy sector.
Okay.
You understand? And all these things are areas where if we begin to have these investors, then that's why the governor is saying that this is money on the creation day. We are talking about 180 billion. Our target is 500 billion because of what we are doing. So we are trying to bring in people, you know, in the electricity market and other sectors. Do you understand? And when we have investors flock as they are doing, a lot of things are involved in terms of revenue generation to the state and all that. Okay, if you look at something like ICC, for instance,
The International Conference Center.
It's already generating a lot of revenue to the government.
Okay.
Because it's fully engaged. I don't know of any day where activities are not happening there. You understand? It's generating, the hotel presidential is there. And then the UPPL, you know about the UPPL and the $1 billion naira investment in it. That's United Palm Product Limited. And then it's also another.
Has that United Palm Product Limited, has it actually kicked off?
Of course it has now.
Oh, really?
It has taken off, of course. Since last year now.
Where am I? Where
It
am
has
I?
taken off. So there are so many of, and we're talking about, look at Niger Gas, for instance. Niger Gas, Niger State, Sunrise Flour Mill. All these are areas where the government is generating revenue. You understand? Apart from the taxes. You understand? So that is it. That's it.
Okay, beautiful. What's the state of the ongoing Enugu International Hospital now?
Okay, I didn't even talk about Enugu here and all that.
Okay, we'll take it one at a time.
So Enugu International Hospital is almost completed. You know, if you look at the outside, you don't know that some things are happening until you go inside. Maybe you just one day take a walk to the place, you shout. Because a whole lot is done already.
Along the Rangers Avenue.
Along the Rangers Avenue, just enter. I think what they're doing is that they're just walking inside and they left the outside and we're walking in terms of installing equipment and everything is done, already painted and everything inside. But if you are just passing, you will not know that anything is happening.
This is happening.
So I think they're finishing touches.
Wow.
And when they do that, this medical tourism abroad will stop. Going to India, going to US, going to UK and all that for maybe kidney or cancer or heart and all these things. All these things will stop because all these things will be done here.
Okay.
So it is like making Enugu a tourism hub, a medical tourism hub, so that whatever issue you have, and you know that it's going to be cheaper if you had maybe heart issue, for instance, and instead of going to India, you are here. You think of cost of even processing visa to India.
That's right.
I think it will take up to 3 million to process visa to India, and then the flight tickets and all that, and then the money that you are going to pay them, because once they know you are African, I know that they charge us more than they charge their own people.
That's right.
You understand? And they will charge you this high.
A friend of mine, sorry to say, a friend of mine who is overseas actually narrated an incident to me the other time and said that most of the doctors abroad are people.
Yes.
But the cost when they want to treat our people is always higher.
Yes.
He said, but he had a certain health condition that he needed to come back home to be attended to here in Nigeria, because of the cost. It was cheaper for him to come back home. He was treated in one of the hospitals in Lagos, and then he left back. So is that what we are looking at with Enugu International Hospital?
Governor, I think he has a understanding with our people in the diaspora.
Okay.
You understand, who are going to repatriate some of these expertise here. You understand? So you can be here and then help. You know, that's their own way of assisting to make the system work. You understand? So they will be brought in. Some of these medical experts abroad will have to come back home. You understand? And they will be here so that they can attend to these issues. And moreover, the equipment is being installed. Everything needed is being installed there.
Yeah.
High level of equipment, that medical equipment, the one that will screen, the one that does, everything will be here.
Okay.
So that if you have these issues, and it will be subsidized.
Okay.
That's what government will do. So it will be cheaper. Governor is interested in the health. Look at what he's doing, building 260 type 2 hospital in various wards. That is bringing Medicare down to the grassroots. So that if you, and then what is going to happen is that those type 2 hospitals, there will be also what we call telemedics. That is where your records will be on the system, so that even if you leave that place where you registered, you can still be attended. And some of the issues you have, a professional maybe outside the country should be able to, with the equipment they put on ground, diagnose you and get to know what is wrong with you at that locality where you are, and profile solutions and give recommendations for you. You understand? So it is a high-level way of ensuring medical services for the people in the villages. You know, our people, when somebody is really sick, you go to, you start with a nurse in the village or the chemist. They will give you drug,
over-the-counter
drug, and then at a point, if that one doesn't do, they will say, okay, that you go to town. Like from my village now, they say, you know, they will now go to town, and then at a point, I say that one is becoming too much now that they have gone to Enugu. Wow, Enugu. You know, that kind of a thing. So because the more you go, the
higher the cost.
You know, so. But this is something that the governor wants to take care of.
Stepping it down.
So step down so that you can attain that level of medical services at the place where you are. That's right. What His Excellency has done.
Okay, that's for the health sector. I don't know. Quickly now, before the signals come, we need to look at what is going on with the Enugu Air. The Enugu Air we know has been launched. Yes. It came with so many promises. Yes. We started with about 3 flights, 3 airplanes.
To 6 now.
It has been increased to 6.
And it's also going to Were, going to Abuja, going to Lagos.
Has the routes expanded?
Yes, expanded. They are in the process of expansion.
Okay.
Yes, the target is that apart from connecting all places in Nigeria, we're also going to connect Africa and then the world. Yes, that's the target. So they now have 6 airplanes that are flying. You understand? So it's a gradual process of improvement.
And I hope the Enugu Air is not for leisure. Is it for business?
Well, the fact is that Enugu is for business, but at a subsidized rate.
Okay.
That is it. You found out that they are not charging the same thing as the other ones. As a matter of fact, everybody wants to fly Enugu because of the affordability.
Okay.
It is affordable when compared to what APs charge, what United African stuff charge, and what Bomb Air and all that. So it's relatively cheaper to fly Enugu.
And I hope he's raking in money too for the government.
Yes, of course it is, and that's why I'm saying that when we look at revenue profile of Enugu State, somebody will say tax, and I say how much are we getting in tax? There are all these things. Look at Enugu.
Yeah.
Look at all these things that are generating the assets that are generating funds. You understand? It's not about tax. The tax cannot even go far. But governor, in his creative ability, was able to proffer these solutions that these are solutions, because it's all about solution.
Okay.
You understand? A solution economy, if you're able to provide solution, you're making money. You understand? That's why somebody say, if you want to attract bees, plant flowers.
That's right.
Because if you plant flowers, bees will come and perch on it. You understand? So it's about this expansion here and there, playing into various markets, and opening up the Enugu economy for investors to come in, and by so doing, everything will thrive. Government will get revenue. People, anything you do, for instance, we're talking about some of these industries where, we maybe need your cassava for production.
Okay.
You understand? So that when you cultivate cassava, you find easy market for it.
So let's get into the agriculture sector now. What is actually going on there? We understand the rates of economic hardship, hunger in the land, food insecurity, the high cost of food prices in the market. I don't know what has happened in the agriculture sector in Enugu so far. Please talk to us about it.
You know that the governor actually tried to boost food production by empowering farmers. There was a time all the cassava farmers were registered in the state, and then they were also given grants in terms of money, in terms of farm implements. In fact, not just cassava farmers, but farmers in the state. Several times they had come to Okpara Avenue, where they were giving fertilizer, giving farm implement, giving seedlings and all that to go and produce. And it is actually paying off. It's actually paying off because you notice that if you notice the cost of food in the market now is quite lower. The bag of rice now, how much does it cost?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, it's coming down. Prices of
the painter of Gary now, I think, is between 900 to 1,000 in the market, as against 3,000, 4,000.
I heard that time.
That's right.
It's because there's increase in food production. That's what it is. Because it's common law, when the supply increases, the price will fall down. The common law of demand and supply.
That's right.
Supply. And when the supply reduces, the price will go up. So pricing and supply has a positive relationship. So you find out that what the government has done is to, channel funds and this product, channel funds and resources into agriculture to ensure. I was discussing with Commissioner for Agriculture the other day, and he showed me a chart. You understand this is where we are now in terms of maybe production of cassava.
Okay.
This is where we're headed for. This is where we are in terms of production of palm oil. This is where we're headed for. This is where we are in terms of garden egg, tomato. You understand? So efforts are made to boost these things, their production. And you find out that the state government from time to time will gather farmers and say, look, we are doing this. We are giving you grants, funds, seedlings, farm implements, fertilizers to ensure production. And when you produce these things, it's not as though government will be the off-taker. You know about the farm estate.
I was just waiting to ask you, how far has that project, the farm
estate, yes, it's also taken off gradually. Okay. It has not really fully taken off, but it's taken off gradually. And there are places where we have the farm estates. You find out that this is about 200 hectares of land given to 200 farmers, with the state government empowering them with seedlings, with cash grants, and all that, and equipment and fertilizer. So you go into production. By the time you finish the production, government will be the off-taker. You understand? You will just sell to government. And then you know that we have a Enugu marketing board there, Enugu State Marketing Board, which is also assisting, because we have Enugu Gari, we have Enugu Cashew and all that. So by the time you produce, government will buy them off, you understand, and then sell at reduced prices to the people. So all these things will enhance food security. You understand? Because, I think last year or so, we were hungry. People were hungry. Prices of things went up in the market.
That's true.
It wasn't anybody that told people to return to the farms. People had to go back to the farm. Because if you are with, you will die of hunger. People had to do. So what government did was, okay, you have gone back to the farm. All right, we're giving you this, we're giving you that to help the production. And when you finish, you are finding it difficult to sell, bring it to Enugu Marketing Board. We'll buy from you. You understand? And then we'll be the off-taker. so that you can go back and produce more.
All right, so
Yeah.
the target is there will be surplus food
Yes.
at a very
And
cheap
not just,
rate for people.
you know, we are talking about cassava to ethanol. It's not just, we are not just producing so that food will be abundant for our consumption, but we are also producing to export. That's why government is getting the international wing and the cargo wing of the airport ready, because we want to export, we want to process these things. You know, we have agro processing zones, and in the also one. So what we do is we get these things and process them into tangible products that we can export. Like cassava.
And continue to rake in money.
Raking money. So
for the
it's
state.
all about revenue generation. So when somebody is talking about tax, I'll just look at you and laugh, because tax is nothing to compare to what the government is doing to ensure that we have more revenue. And you can see that it's paying off in the states. It's paying off. Look at where we are today.
Honestly.
The revenue, internal revenue generation.
Okay, now Ruben Oishi has guaranteed us that it is not just mere paper stories, that Enugu State has been ranked to be the most likely state in Nigeria, you know, to survive without a federal allocation. So you've heard from the mouth of the horse himself. Let me ask you this quick one. Is Dr. Peter Ndubisimba, is he having any certification on financial management? Because I know in the records we have, he's a lawyer. You understand what I mean?
Yes, he's a lawyer.
Did he at any point in time study financial
yes, of course.
management?
He attended this business school in Spain.
Okay.
Spain, I've forgotten the name of that business school. He was even at Harvard. Yes. And governor, as governor is now, it might be funny, but you just hear that the governor has exam. He's writing exam. Before you know it, he has flown to US to write exam. You know, he's still studying. Still studying, going to these business schools, learning. So he's a financial manager, a financial expert in financial management. Yes, I think he read finance in one of the business schools.
Yeah, because I'm beginning to wonder his ability, his
yes.
financial management
Yes.
strategy, and the rest of them.
Yes.
So
Somebody that read business administration should be able to, if you read it well, should be able to think the way he thinks.
okay.
But you know, he's cerebral, highly cerebral, and has these complex seeing abilities. He said, look, I don't think like you. You know, where you don't even think of money. I see money everywhere in Enugu State. I see money everywhere. That's what he tell you, I see money. Where you think there's no money, say, no, look at money there. Look at money there. So, governor is highly creative, financially intelligent, and cerebral. So he knows what he wants, and he's a man that matches his thoughts with action. It's not just about thinking. You could think without, bringing it to bear, but what he thinks and brings it to bear on tangibilities. You get to see it, and that's what it is. Presently, the president made him the chairman of committee on the revamping of
I actually didn't want us to go talking politics today. Okay. I just needed us to talk about the economy.
But that one is not even politics. Because this is someone who has the capacity. Looking at what the governor has done with security in Enugu, building the command and control center, which I don't think the federal government has yet to build. So
even the FCT has
so you now see that at that command and control center here, you monitor the entire Enugu state. Entire Enugu state, including Uzuwani, your place. The other day I was there now, I was seeing Uzuwani. I was seeing some forests.
On the screen?
Yes. People go to four corners everywhere. You will see it 3 times. Vehicle is passing, you will see it. Even those forests where those so-called kidnappers will take people. It's not as though the government doesn't know where they are. They know, but the point is that you have to do it in such a way that you don't victimize the victims. Okay. You understand? You don't get to kill the victims. That's just the only thing. It's not otherwise. If you say you kidnapped anybody, government seeing where you are, you have no hiding place. In the state. Of course.
That's reassuring enough.
So these are the things the governor has done, and that's why the president considered him fit for that appointment. You understand? Because of what he has brought, the technology that he has brought to bear on security here. is top notch.
No, it's a huge one. We
It's
saw
top-notch,
the
yes.
we saw the
Have you been to the
report.
Command and Control Center?
Yes, of course, I've been there. We saw the report of the recent task given to him by the president.
Yes.
To actually.
So he's bringing in robotics. We are talking about it because the training for the police and all these security people. He's talking about the governor. If you heard him yesterday also, he said, "Look, we need to bring in robotics. We need to bring in AI. We need to bring in mechatronics and all these things to bear on trainings, so that when you say you are said to have been trained, you acquire these skills that will enable you to be able to
Execute your job
on the job."
Ruben Oyinshi, I said I wouldn't want to take us to the political, aspects of what is happening in Enugu. But on a later day, we look forward to having you here. We understand, aside the position given to the governor by the president, the task, we also understand that your principal, the governor, has actually changed his political party.
Yes. Okay, we haven't seen since then.
Leave it for another day. So we're going to talk politics on another day on this platform with you, so that we'll really understand what it means to plug Enugu to the center, quoting the words of His Excellency the Governor. But this is where we're bringing our program to end today. So we want to thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
I don't know if you have maybe one or two lines to give to the viewer.
Well,
maybe a reassurance.
Yes, that's it. It's just to reassure the viewer. The Bible says, God said, I know the thoughts that I think of you. They are the thoughts of good and not of evil, of peace, and to give you an expected end. That's what the governor is doing. The governor is thinking positive. The governor is thinking innovation. Because he wants to take Enugu to the higher heights in terms of the economy, in terms of human standard of living, making the Enugu man somewhat economically liberated, and then ending poverty, so that you might not be all that so-called rich, but you will not be poor. That is what the governor is doing. So I'm urging everyone to support this government with your prayers. Pray for the governor, and then support us in every possible way, knowing full well that we are working for you.
All right.
Thank you.
Certainly a good place to leave it today on The Arena. Keep watching. My name is Chris Anibogo.